They say it all began a year ago when the Great American Race came to the Ozarks. 100 old cars, each at least 50 years old, in a coast-to-coast road race. A couple of guys from Springfield went to look and decided then and there to do it next year.
Bill and I went out there and looked at each other and says, "You want to do that?" Bill says, "Yeah." So neither one of us had nerve enough to back out, I guess, after that. We looked at each other and says, "Yeah, we're crazy enough to do it." So.
Meet Larry Hughes and Bill Swearingen. They plan to drive a 36 Plymouth from Disneyland in California to Disney World in Florida.
3,663 miles. So no maps, no compasses.
3 weeks ago, they were still working on their car. They've spent thousands of dollars and hours restoring it. Why choose a 36 Plymouth?
So we wanted good brakes. We wanted something that had a pretty good radiator, and this is not a bad-sized radiator. The old flathead six-cylinder usually is a pretty good motor. So we thought that would be a good, easy car to redo and pretty dependable.
Larry and Bill shelled out $5,500 entry fee for the 11-day race, but the prize money's good. They could win as much as $5 grand each day if they do the best in the timed course, and overall top prize is $50,000.
But we don't see why we can't win, because if you go into something like this with the idea you're not going to win, you don't have much chance of winning.
But I take it you're really not in it for the money, you're in it for the adventure.
Oh yeah, we're not in it for the money. Not at all. We're in it, it's an experience of a lifetime. Mm-hmm. You know, there's some people around that have gone coast to coast back in '36, but it was drudgery.
Yeah.
You know, they would,
now,
if they
you
had...
don't think going across Southern America in July is going to be drudgery?
Yeah, it is.
No air conditioning?
No air conditioning, I know. We rarely got a little air conditioner, our window cranks out. So.
After weeks of work, they got the old 36 Plymouth put together and rolling, test-driven 1,500 miles so far. They'll put it on a truck and drive it to California for the Great American Race. Ed Filmer, KY3 Action News. When the folks at Disneyland said goodbye and good luck to the Great American Racers, they did it with as much music and as many balloons as possible. It's the ceremony for the start of the Great American Race. First across the starting line, the old Springfield, Missouri fire truck, a 1912 American LaFrance, rescued from a junkyard and restored by a doctor from Indiana. "100 cars, trucks, and buses are entered. Each has to be at least 50 years old and restored to original condition." Number 61, a 36 Plymouth named the Ozarks Express, entered by two Springfield men, navigator Bill Swearingen and driver Larry Hughes. How do you feel right now, right before the race, getting ready for this thing you've been working for a year?
I have a few butterflies. I'm a little bit nervous, but it's all going to be worth it. It's going to be fun, and we'd like to win.
It is, of course, one thing to parade down a half mile of Main Street in Disneyland. It's another thing to drive 3,660 miles across searing desert and sultry southern highways. On the road to San Diego, just a few minutes into the 11-day race. So far, so good.
We have no strategy. Just read directions, turn right when you're supposed to, and don't miss any signs. So we have no other strategy than to try to be accurate.
What about keeping this old car going for 3,660 miles?
Well, it had 96,000 miles on it when we got it, and we redid everything, so it's basically a brand new car. We have a lot of confidence in it because we know what went into it. We did it all, so we feel it'll make it.
On the road with the Great American Race in California, Ed Filmer, KY3 Action News. Today will be a big challenge for the Ozarks Special. They leave San Diego headed for Phoenix. Heat will be a problem. Temperatures will be well over 105 degrees. Let's face it, 51 years ago at the Plymouth factory, the engineers didn't plan radiator capacity to match desert heat. Are you taking any extra precautions? What are you doing to prepare yourself for that?
We're taking a lot of extra water in case we do overheat. We do have a few extra parts, of course, and a good toolbox. We're not going totally unprepared. There's nothing we can do for the desert. I mean, we're going to be having the same overheating problems as everyone else. In fact, we may have less than some of the others because several of them overheated yesterday just running around the parking lot.
Tonight, Phoenix, then Albuquerque, and we will catch up with the Ozarks Special again in Texas this weekend. On the road with the Great American Race in California, Ed Filmer, KY3 Action News.
Okay, we should go through a couple of traffic lights.
The Gulf of Mexico, Galveston, Texas.
I wish we had more time to spend so we could walk on the beach and so forth.
Driver Larry Hughes and Bill Swearingen, navigator, both of Springfield. Day 7, the Great American Race. First thing they did was drive their 36 Plymouth, nicknamed the Ozarks Special, onto a ferry boat. 100 drivers are racing antique cars from coast to coast in 11 days. Each car at least a half-century old. Several have already been eliminated, broken down, but the owners are hauling them along anyway on trailers just to keep up with the fun.
Now we're looking for a sign that says Port Arthur 71.
Okay, there's 73.
On the course northeast bound on the Bolivar Peninsula. They are allowed no maps, only a list of landmarks and directions.
Well, right now we're looking for a picnic area sign, and we're supposed to be coming on that sign in about 3 minutes and 9 seconds. What we'll try to do then is...
Race officials check times en route each leg of the trip. The closer you are to their schedule, the better your chance of winning. So it's basically a race against the clock and the speedometer.
I think what we need to do then is just hurry as much as we can.
Yeah, just to get to our point.
Yeah.
They're giving away $5,000 first prize each day to whoever is most accurate. They're driving through temperatures and humidities in the 90s. The local TV weather folks describe it as oppressive. Larry and Bill like to joke about the air conditioning on their 36 Plymouth.
This is air. We've got dual air. One window up there out, and the other is a little vent. So the air movement really keeps us cool, helps.
And if they keep their cool and all goes well, they plan to cross the finish line Friday in Disney World, Florida. On the road with the Ozarks Special in the Great American Race in Texas, Ed Filmer, KY3 Action News.
I'll tell you what, Doc gonna run over you. Congratulations. Some great rookies from Springfield, Missouri in a 1936 Plymouth. Let's have a big hand for Larry Hughes and Bill Swearingen. Rookies, and they finished in the top 20 once, 4 times. No, fourth position, that's right.